Welcome back to Brooks Brews.
Wait, hold on.
Did I do it right?
Yeah, that was good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. All right. Well, okay, I gotta start over. Good morning, friends. Welcome to Brooks Brew. I'm your host, Brooke Boylan, and let's get brewing. This episode is sponsored by Boylan Electric. Boylan Electric has been in business since 1990, serving the Maryland, D.C., and Virginia areas. For over 3 decades, they've been providing residential customers with top-quality services. As an authorized Generac and Kohler dealer, Boylan Electric installs more generators than any contractor in the DMV. They install and manage many generator sizes ranging from 6 kWs to 150 kWs. Boylan Electric is also certified to do warranty work, repairs, and maintenance on both Generac and Kohler generators. Being a 24/7 electrical service company, Boylan Electric is your one-stop shop for all electrical and generator needs. Call their shop today at 301-990-9686. For more information, look below in the show notes. All right, welcome back to Brooks Brew. I'm joined today with a special guest. I'm here with Tony. How do you say your last name?
Losito.
Losito. So yeah, do you want to give a little introduction of who you are?
So I am 25 years old, raised in Detroit, Michigan, and then also in West Virginia. So a little north and south-ish. Big into fitness, and currently a graduate student at West Virginia State University.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to talk about all that in a little bit. We'll get more into it.
Word.
But Tony and I know each other because of my best friend Liz. So they're both in Bullock right now at Fort Greg Adams in Virginia. And y'all have seen Liz before. We've talked to Liz. She's actually here right now. Hey, girl.
Hello, Liz.
We're in their hotel room. So, but yeah. That's how we know each other. Last time I was here, we went out downtown. It wasn't Richmond, though. It was
we went to that the Great American Escape,
yep.
And we rode the bull.
We did ride the bull. It was a great time. So it's our second time being together. Tony's like, let's record a podcast. I was like, okay, sure, let's do it. So, all right. So it is a coffee podcast. So do you drink coffee or no?
So I have drank coffee.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like a iced caramel latte type of guy.
Oh, okay.
Real basic.
Yeah, that's fine though.
I'm more of an energy drink guy. I'm not a big coffee dude.
Mm-hmm.
But I will drink coffee.
So then for your energy drinks, what's your go-to energy drink that you would drink?
White Monster.
White Monster?
White Monster.
Honestly, best flavor. Yes. I think the first time I had a White Monster was we were driving to Virginia Beach, and I was just tired, and I was like, I didn't want to rain. I didn't want to Celsius or anything like that. So I was like, I never had Monster. Tried it. It was bomb.
Monster is good. Red Bull's good.
Mm-hmm. I
like all the sugar-free ones, though. I'm a big sugar-free person.
Yeah.
It's a fitness thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not a big fan of coffee because I had braces, and then when I got them off, I was big into like keeping my teeth white.
Mm-hmm.
Coffee stains your teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Energy drinks probably don't do any better for you, but I think they
don't
taste
get the
better.
coffee stain.
Yeah.
And taste better. Yeah. It has more flavors, I guess.
Yeah, and it's carbonated.
I don't like the carbonation, but teach their own. So, whatever though. But okay, so I actually wanted to talk about a coffee shop. I know we didn't go to a coffee shop together, or that you don't really like coffee. Mm-hmm. But last time I was here, I went to Demolition Coffee. Have you been at Demolition at all?
Yes, actually, I think I went with Liz and them one time, and they all got coffee, and I stood there awkwardly because I don't drink coffee. So
you didn't get like a scone or a muffin or anything?
No, I just waved at the guy. I was like, "Hi, no, thank you, no coffee for me."
Well, the vibe in there was really cute though. Like, it had like a little boom. Not a boom box.
And their outfits. The outfits be dope.
Yeah.
They're wearing like the bow ties and stuff. Like an old school coffee shop.
Yeah. No, but so we went to Demolition, and Liz and I got iced coffee, and I think I got like a white chocolate one. And oh my gosh, it was really good. And they had like this chocolate chip muffin that kind of tastes like a cookie, but it was a muffin. That was also bomb.
Chocolate chip muffin?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a blueberry muffin guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I like the sweeter side. So whatever. But yeah, no, it was really good in there. The vibe was really cute. I think it was decently priced coffee. Like, it wasn't outrageous or anything like that. So if you guys are in the Petersburg, Virginia area, go ahead and check out Demolition because it's a vibe. Also, we went last night to Trapezium Brewing Company.
Trap House.
Pizza was fire.
Brick oven pizza. If you've never had brick oven pizza, you are missing out in life. I promise you.
Yep.
And they have good beer. Good craft beer.
We didn't drink.
But if you do drink and you're over the age of 21 and it's legal for you.
Yes. No.
Craft beer from
great
Trapezium.
Selection. Mm-hmm. But they also have Cokie.
Cokie?
They have Pepsi products, which was funny because she's like, oh, we have Pepsi. So I was like, okay, can I have a Pepsi? She's like, it's a funny story. We don't actually have Pepsi. And I was like, okay, how about a Coke? She's like, don't have Coke either. And I was like, okay, then what do you have? They had Dr. Pepper.
Diet Pepsi?
They did have Diet Pepsi, but I don't like Diet Pepsi.
It's the same thing.
I don't like diet drinks because I'm like, it's got all the chemicals in there.
It's the same thing as a regular Pepsi.
Right, but
it's just less calories.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah,
I
go
just
to a
got a
pizza
lemonade.
place and get a Diet Pepsi. Tell me how you feel about yourself. It's a double entendre.
That's true. Very valid.
SAT word. Look it up.
All right. Let's talk about now your career path in the Army.
Okay.
Because you've had quite the career.
Yes, ma'am.
Like you were prior service, now you're here. So take us along that journey of how all of that came to be.
Whew. Just going to show my age here. I always say I'm old. Just if I mention I'm being old, it's just because I've been through a lot. So I say I'm old, but I'm really only 25.
You're young.
So I joined back in 2016.
Okay.
I was in high school still. Joined as a military police officer. Great days. Then I went to basic training back in 2017. Right after I graduated high school, like 3 days after I graduated high school. So while most people go and do like a senior trip,
yeah,
my senior trip was to Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, for basic training. And I also did it one station unit training. So I did my basic training and then my AIT there as well. So I did 22 weeks straight.
Wow.
So then continued to do that. Came back from that, started college, and then ended up deploying in 2019 to Afghanistan. Came home in 2020, so COVID was hitting as well. So I came back into COVID.
Wow.
So while everyone was like social distancing and isolating, I came home from a time that when you get home, they want you to socialize.
Right, and then you couldn't.
I came home to only be able to isolate. So it sucked. It sucked for a lot of people that I knew that went over there with me. And then so I went through my years. I went through Master Fitness Trainer School for the Army, and then was actually part of the group that had to go to Washington, D.C. when the riots happened as well.
Oh, really?
So I went over there and was doing riot control. So we were posted up around the perimeter, doing all that good stuff. And then continued to do my little military career, continued going to college, and joined ROTC to become an officer because who doesn't like money? And I knew I was going to retire from the military anyways. So then I became part of West Virginia's chemical response team, which handles responses for the D.C. area as well. So continued to do that and then graduated. Became a second lieutenant in the Ordnance Corps and came here to Bolick. So this September will make 8 years that I've been in the Army.
Wow. That's crazy when you think about it. Because, like, you're just saying that right now. Because, like, when I think of, like, COVID, it doesn't really feel that far away. And then also, like, when you say, like, you said 2016, right?
So I joined in 2016.
Okay, yeah. But, like, that to me doesn't seem that far away. But in reality, when you think about it,
it was almost 10 years ago.
Yeah. That's crazy. It's so insane.
So I'm old.
You're not that old. But, like, well, if you think about it, like, I graduated high school in 2019.
I was in Afghanistan when you were graduating high school. How does it make you feel? It makes me sound old when I say it like that.
Yeah, no, it does a little bit when you put it like that. But it doesn't really seem like that long ago.
Yeah.
But I bet it feels like that long ago from everything that you've done since joining.
Yeah, just a lot of experiences. Got to travel the world, meet some of the best friends you'll ever meet in your life. And the sucky thing about the Army is that then it rips you away from those people.
Yeah.
So you meet some of the best friends, stay in contact with them, and then I actually still talk to people that I went through basic training with almost 8 years ago.
Yeah, that's awesome, though.
So I'll see them every now and then. I actually ran into a couple of them when I deployed, which was crazy.
I was going to say, like, do you ever feel like you've crossed paths with people again after seeing them?
Yeah, so definitely crossed paths with them when I was in Afghanistan. Crossed paths with a couple of them at a basic leaders course there. And then even people that I went to advanced camp with for ROTC, I've actually ran into them here at Bolick. And I went to advanced camp 2 years ago. So it's super crazy to know that I met Liz here. And even though she's going active duty and we're going to two different places, at some point in our career, we're going to cross paths again.
Yeah. And that's really cool. She's waving back behind the camera. No, but that's really cool, though, because in the grand scheme of things, the Army is a very small place. Even the military, just in general, is a very small place when you think about it. And I just think it's funny sometimes, like, things happen in life that you meet certain people or certain things happen. You're like, oh, this will never happen again. Or I'll never see them again. And then, boom, like, you cross paths again at some point. You're like, what are the odds? Like, what are the chances
it's
that?
It's so crazy. And then you get to, like, catch up with each other, but it feels like no time has passed.
Right, like, you just picked up right where you left off. Yeah, that's really cool. So when you joined back in 2016, did you enlist, like, out of high school?
Yes. So I was actually in my senior year when I swore in. So I swore in 2016, and then went through basic training in 2017. So my entire senior year, I was actually in the military.
Okay.
And I was just kind of waiting to go to basic training. But you can do different things when you actually swear in. So you can do split ops, which is where if you're 17 years old, you can still enlist in the Army, and you can do that your junior year of high school. And you would actually go to basic training between your junior year and your senior year of high school.
Oh, okay.
And then you would just go to your advanced individual training after you graduate. So I know people that I graduated high school with that actually went through basic training before they were a senior in high school.
Oh, wow. I did not know that. That's cool.
Yeah. Trusted with a weapon and to serve this country. And then also trusted to make sure your homework assignments were turned in on time.
A lot of responsibility. So, like, what made the shift for you, like, to decide to go to college? Like, what made you want to go into ROTC and stuff like that?
So, I'm going to be honest, college was free. And I like free college. If you don't like free college,
you're wrong. I would love free college, too. That would be really nice.
But, yeah, I joined the military off a limb. So I walked up to a recruiter one day, and we were talking, and he was like, you want to join the Army? And I was like, sure. Sounds cool. Let's do it. So then the very next day, I was driving up to MEPS and swearing in. Spur of the moment type of deal. But I don't regret it. It's good. I like it. But that switch to go to college was the incentive that it was free because I wasn't a National Guard prior. And they were paying for all of it. And I wanted to go be a FBI agent or something like that. Yeah. Didn't happen.
Either because you couldn't, or like you just changed your mind?
I just changed my mind. So I went through the Army stuff to be a military police. And going through all that, I came back and realized that that was not the life for me. It'd been cool. I even still tried out for our sheriff department before I deployed. Because I still thought that was something that I wanted to do. I just wanted to serve people and help people in the community. But fitness has always been a very big part of who I am. So then when I graduated basic training, I was like, I'm going to kind of change my career path.
So good thing we can transition to. So in college, what was your major?
So my major was sports studies because I went through a very small school. So our sports studies would be the equivalent to an exercise science.
Okay.
But then you can do sports studies pre-professional, which is, it gives you all the credits to actually go to a grad school, to the med school. So it's like a pre-med degree.
Okay.
So I started with sports studies, then I went to sports studies pre-professional when I came back because I originally wanted to be a chiropractor. But then going through ROTC, the Army doesn't offer chiropractors.
Right.
But they offer physical therapists. So that's where I kind of wanted to go be a physical therapist. So I had to go get all the med school degree courses. Continued going. Failed a bunch of classes because I just had so much going on with the military. I just couldn't keep up.
Yeah, it was a lot.
So I transitioned back to sports studies and then ended up continuing. And so I graduated with 215 credit hours.
Oh, my gosh.
Total from my undergrad. That's
crazy.
With a sports studies degree, so exercise science. And I'm currently enrolled in my graduate's program of sports studies of exercise science.
That's awesome. So I guess, so now it's like a master's program. And once you're finished with that, what do you want to do with that degree?
So I'm actually going to continue going to school.
Okay.
The University of Columbia in Chicago offers a PhD in sports medicine and exercise science. And it's a 1.5 years long, so I'm going to do that as well. And it starts next March.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I just want to put a DR in front of my name.
Yeah.
Sound real cool. PhD, do that, and then once I actually get out the military, go work as a sports physiologist or something for either professional athletes or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. Awesome. Yeah. I did not know that because I remember last time I was here, we were talking about like, oops, I dropped my phone. Last time I was here, we were talking about like, you know, how you were on the PT path because I want to be an OT, or I'm in school right now to be an occupational therapist, and then just like hearing, you know, your path from going to there and then do your PhD or going to do your PhD and do your master's right now. Or I guess also like, how is that right now with your work-life balance of like being in school, but then also being in the Army right now? Like, how does that look for you?
It is stressful. I will tell you right now. So the way my master's is set up is it's in 8-week classes.
Okay.
So I do 2 classes every 8 weeks, and they're all 100% online. And then after that 8 weeks, I get a week break, and then I go into my next 8-week classes. So I just finished with 2 8-week classes in sports nutrition and advanced exercise testing. So I was taking finals at the same time that I was doing classwork here. And starting tomorrow, we have test 3 here at Bullock.
Yeah.
And then we go into the main part of Bullock, which is LISCO. And then also start 2 more 8-week classes. So it's stressful.
It's very loaded.
But it builds a lot of time management skills.
Yeah.
Which is huge in the military, huge as a college student.
Yeah.
And it's not the easiest thing.
Yeah.
But it pays off. It pays off in the end.
Yeah, it definitely will pay off in the end. I mean, all the hard work that you're doing now is going to serve you just because, like you said, yes, the military is your career right now, and that's what your main thing is. But like you said, you're going to retire at some point. That's not going to be forever.
Yeah.
So having that, we'll say, backup plan or that like stuff under your belt for your other career aspirations that you're going to have after you get out of the military, like, you know, you're investing in your time now, so it will serve you in the future.
I'm also investing into my military career as well, because the higher you get up in rank, you have to have those degrees.
Right.
So for a lot of people, in order to make captain, it's almost guaranteed, but having a master's, especially going into getting major, is a necessity. You have to have a master's. So instead of waiting until I get to that point and then trying to start a master's, I'm trying to be proactive and just go ahead and do it now, along with my doctorate. So that way it increases your opportunity to get promotions in the military. And then also like dual income. Dual income's cool.
Yeah.
Right? If I can do something related to my degree as either personal training, which is what I used to do, something like that on my off time, and then do my regular work during the day, then I'm sitting here making dual income, doing both things that I love.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So invest in yourself.
Yes, invest in yourself because it will pay off in the future, and it'll be a big return on investment.
Absolutely, except it is expensive. School's expensive. Because I know for a fact that I'm paying actually out of pocket for my master's right now.
Really?
So that kind of is not cool.
No.
And then there are no grants or anything for a doctorate. And the Army does not pay for a doctorate either. So I'm actually paying $57,000 out of pocket for my doctorate program when I start that.
Gosh. That's crazy.
$727 a credit hour.
That's absurd. Well, I guess mine's kind of the same. I mean, I think yearly, I pay for the whole year, it's like $60K.
Yeah.
Or maybe a little bit more. But actually, our program is one of the cheaper ones.
For the whole year?
Yeah.
Where do you go again?
It's Notre Dame of Maryland and Baltimore.
Bougie.
But no, it's my director, like, what do I want to say? Like, she brags on the fact that we have a cheaper program because a lot of other schools are like 100 and something thousand, like, for the whole year. But she wanted to make it cost effective because she knows how expensive it is. Because also we have some students that live out of state. They have to come and, like, you know, commute all the time if they're paying for bus or train or flight tickets to go fly back home, and then also finding housing if they don't want to live on campus. But our school has free grad housing. So,
really?
Yeah. So my one friend...
Living for free?
Well, I still live at home because I commute.
Yeah.
But, like, my friend's from New Jersey, and she lives on campus and it's for free.
Really?
And, yeah. I think she might have to pay for a meal plan, though, but, like, her dorm itself is for free.
What? I'm going to Notre Dame. What's the logo, or what's the motto?
You know, that's a great question. I have no idea.
How do you go to that school?
Well, it's like we're in our little bubble of, like, just the OTD program, and like we're in the nursing building, but like we have one basement that has like
but
a
Notre
classroom.
Dame has a motto, doesn't it?
Well, okay, it's not like Notre Dame, like Fighting Irish Notre Dame.
Okay.
It's like it's not correlated with each other, like completely different entities.
Oh.
Yeah, because like ours used to be an all-girls school.
Yeah. Really.
And yeah, only until this year they started to have boys in undergrad. First time is co-ed.
The more you know.
The more you know. But our mascot's a gator.
Like an alligator?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Her name is Gabby the Gator.
Gabby the Gator.
There were tryouts to be Gabby the Gator, and I thought about doing it. But I was like, I'm never going to be here enough to do it.
You should have tried out to be a gator.
Well, it's too late. Okay.
Gabby the Gator.
Gabby the Gator.
I'm going to put that on my tombstone.
On your tombstone?
Yeah, wish I could have been Gabby the Gator.
Okay, let's talk about your fitness journey.
Oh, God.
Because if y'all don't know, Tony has a fitness Instagram. Y'all should check him out. But
_fitness Tony.
Tell us about how you started your fitness journey. Like, what sparked it? Was it just out of like wanting to do it for like to look a certain way or like health purposes? And then like take us all the way into where you're at now.
All the way. Okay.
All the way. The whole
Grab
thing.
some popcorn. This is kind of sad.
Sad?
No. So I'm a very small-boned individual, an ectomorph. Okay. So I have a very hard time putting on weight. That's how I've always been. So I grew up always being the smallest person in the room. It's just how I always was. And I was actually bullied when I was in 5th grade.
Oh.
So when I moved down to West Virginia, you know, going into middle school, they can be tough.
Yeah.
There's some bullies out there.
Yeah.
If you're a bully, stop it.
Screw you.
But I was actually bullied for being so small, and I couldn't stand up for myself. Like, what was I going to do?
Yeah.
These kids were bigger than me.
Yeah.
So I started working out and kind of going along that path. You know, I had a couple dumbbells in my house, was doing push-ups, squats, sit-ups, the typical thing that you would do. And it came to the point where, like, I went into middle school and started continuing to work out with the school, just on and off, doing what I can. And it didn't actually pick up until I was going into my 8th grade year of high school. So bullied in middle school as well for being a small one, couldn't stick up for myself. And then going into my freshman year of high school, I really got into fitness. I was about 14 years old, and I started boxing. So I was boxing and did a bunch of matches, and then my sophomore year I stopped boxing. So I won my belt in my weight class. I was like 115 pounds. I was a little boy. And I won my belt, and then I loved fitness at that point. Like, absolutely loved it. I would work out after I would train, and then ended up doing bodybuilding. So I did men's physique, so we wore the board shorts, right? So still didn't have to have a lot of muscle, but a little bit, right? Had to be athletic.
Yeah.
And so I did that my sophomore and junior year, and I won a bunch of competitions like that, but I was like 15, 16 at the time. Weighed 130 pounds.
Wow.
Right.
Moving up, though.
Moving up. And I actually graduated high school at like 135, 140 pounds.
Wow.
Like, still very tiny. But I loved fitness. Like, got my personal training certifications, did all that stuff, and was doing online coaching. And then did it at basic training as well.
Wow.
So for people who wanted to increase their APFT score, which is the old Army's fitness test, I would help them do certain things and then stretch them out the day before the PT test. And, you know, I had a lot of positive things come from that. So that transitions into when I came back from basic training, I changed my major to sports studies because I realized, like, that was a huge passion of mine.
Yeah.
Continued working out, deployed, came back, and actually started doing powerlifting. And that's what I do up until this day is powerlifting. And actually stay within like the 146 pound weight class, which is 63, 65 kg. And that's what I compete at. But then my off cycle or my off season, I stay at about like 170s, close to 180s, and just love lifting. Okay, because it's a lot more impressive to be small and lift heavy than be big and lift heavy.
Well,
because
that's damn right.
Right. It looks a lot cooler when you're 145 pounds deadlifting 500 pounds.
Yeah.
It's a lot cooler.
That's true.
So that's kind of what I've been doing. And then I worked at GNC, worked as a personal trainer, and then continued to do that. And to this day, after I got my Master Fitness trainer certification from the Army, I handled all the ACFTs for West Virginia for my unit and stuff like that.
Oh, nice.
And was in charge of helping people that couldn't pass the PT test get to the point where they could pass, do
really
all
cool.
the height and weight, give nutritional advice, everything like that. And it's something I just have a huge passion for, something I love.
Yeah.
So always getting more and more certifications to better help those around me. Like,
Yeah.
I can do all the certifications in the world, but I want to be able to provide for as many people as I can. So having that wide variety of things that I can drop on people knowledge.
Yeah.
So
That's amazing.
come to today, I still currently just train for powerlifting and bodybuilding, just trying to be as athletic as possible.
Yeah. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Like going through that whole journey just to see from, talking about being bullied and then getting deployed and having it maybe like a pause or a blip in your plans and then coming back and then being put in the position to kind of mentor other people to improve themselves. But I can just already, you just talking about it, I can tell that you're really passionate about it. And like, it's true that you have to have the passion to do it because again, at the end of the day, it's not about the money. It's not about, like you said, all the certifications, but it does help you be more qualified to get into those higher positions of I was about to say authority or power. That's not true. But like just becoming like a mentor or a leader for people who might have been in your shoes before, like in the past, and then being able to see that how far you've come and then feel like, okay, well, he was in my shoes at one point. And if I work as hard as that you have, then I can get to that point too.
And that's exactly why I do what I do. Like she said, like, it's not about the money. Like, personal training, you're not going to make a lot of money.
No.
I'm going to be honest with you. It's all about wanting to help others reach their goals. And for me, that pays off way more than money does, is being the reason someone changes their lifestyle to get healthier, to want to live longer, and then they come to you and they appreciate everything you do for them. That's the real payoff when it comes to everything. And growing up, I didn't have anyone that knew anything about fitness. Like, my friends, my family, like, none of them knew. So it was a learning curve for me. But now I can be that voice to those young kids that have no idea. And put them on the right path so that way they don't hurt themselves. They can perform for longer periods of time. Longevity is the game.
Yeah, that's so true. But yeah, no, I think being able to be a mentor for those people that didn't have one before, like you said, that you want to be that person for your younger self and then give that back to everybody, and talking about doing it for the longevity, like helping them have that shift of a mindset that's like, my big thing is like not working out to look a certain way. And I think that so many people think that we need to all look the same. But like you said earlier, your bone structure is smaller than maybe the average male, or like just for your genetics, like that's how you're built. Like I said before, I'm never going to be taller than 5'2". Like, this is my frame, this is my build work. Like, my mom is the same shape and size as me. Like, and for us to sit here and compare ourselves to others and want to look a certain way, like, sometimes it's not physically possible to get like that. Now, yes, you can work to change your body. Of course, I do body recomp and look a different way and have muscle or body mass be shifted to different places. But ultimately, you got to work with what you got.
Yeah. And, like, the big thing is not to worry about what others think of you, right? Because I think that's a big thing that people try to worry about nowadays, is how they're being perceived. And yes, it is important, but at the same time, like, be comfortable with who you are. I don't ever weigh myself. That's just me personally, because for me, I would rather look in the mirror and be like, I like this. Like, I'm comfortable with who I am. Like, I'm healthy, than to look at a number on a scale and be like, oh, I need to be 10 pounds heavier or 10 pounds lighter. Like, the number on the scale just means how much you weigh. It has nothing to correlate with how you look.
Yeah.
Because I know people that can have the same number on the scale and look two different ways.
Yeah.
Right? And it's all about just being comfortable with who you are, where you're at, and continuing to better yourself. Because if you keep setting those little goals for yourself and achieving them, you're doing more than you did yesterday.
Yeah. So good. Snaps for that.
And
Liz is sending snaps.
You and Liz worked out this morning.
We did work out this morning.
You guys hit what, legs?
We hit legs today. It's funny because whenever I come or whenever we're together, and I just always we go through Liz's workout because she's been working with a trainer for the past couple months, and like every time it just in her sequence of like, each day of the week, like legs, back, whatever. Every time I come, I'm like, okay, let's work out. It's always her back and bi day. And she's like, gosh, like I want you to go through one of my leg days. So she purposely was like, no, we're hitting legs today.
Oh, that's tough.
So we did.
How was it?
It was great. Yeah, we had a great time. I mean, we kind of like were just like messing around, like just were picking apart like different parts of the workout. But we did what we do: leg extensions, back squats, abductor. Yeah, good girls, bad girls, abductors and abductors and adductors. And then what else?
AD, AB.
AD, AB, yeah. And then the hyperextension. And then we did the back extension. Yeah. And then we sat in the sauna for like 15 minutes after that. Yeah.
Y'all put that work in today, huh?
We did.
Did you like that gym?
Oh, I liked it a lot.
Was that the first time there?
My first time there, because we tried to go last time, and it was closed because, what was it? Oh, it was President's Day weekend last time I was here. So she didn't know that the hours were like shifted for the holiday. So we were like, oh, shoot, like can't go. Yeah. So we went to Planet Fitness. No. Anytime Fitness. We went to Anytime Fitness, which there's one back in our hometown that, you know, she goes to and she's a part of. I don't go to like a public gym because my dad has a gym in our basement. So we have like a Smith machine at home and like free weights and stuff like that. So
you can do what you need to at home.
Do what I need to. But I recently started working out with a trainer again from a gym that I used to go to when I was in middle school and whatnot. And I've just been personal training for the past couple weeks, and it's been great so far.
You like it?
Yeah.
Good.
Trying to my fitness goal right now is be able to do a pull up by myself.
One pull up?
Well, maybe like 5 or 10. Not just one.
Pull up
but
or chin up? There's a difference.
Okay. Chin up.
A chin up.
A chin
your
up
palms
because
facing
yes.
A pull up, your palms facing away.
Right. Well, because I try to do. Okay, so he was having me do like a baseline and see like where I was at, right? Because I started training and he was like, "Do you have anything that you want to do?" I was like, "Well, I'm comfortable with how I look. I like, of course, I just want to get stronger and like maybe build more muscle." But I was like, just a random thing is like, I just want to be able to do a body weight pull up and not have to rely on a band or like do assist or whatever. But I tried to go do a pull up and I couldn't do it because like my lats are just not that strong.
Did you just dangle there?
Yeah, just dangle there. Okay. Like honestly, even my grip strength was not that great. But then he had me do it chin up, and I can hold myself up at the top of chin up and do like negatives going down, but I can't consistently keep going back and up. So we've just been prioritizing right now like building up my upper body strength. So we've been doing a lot of upper body like stuff. He has me doing like medicine ball throws, like what do I say, like lat raises. Like I did bear crawl. There's like a turf in the gym and like a track, so like bear crawl all the way down, all the way back. Killer so bad. But I don't know, just like a bunch of little things here and there, and I can already like feel myself getting stronger, and I've been seeing, you know, changes in my physique and stuff like that, so it's been going good so far.
Check it out, Brooks Brews.
Brew.
Brooks Fitness Journey. Keep tracking, everyone.
Yep, very true. All right, so what else do we want to talk about?
I don't know.
I'm just kidding. I was gonna say we can talk about. So we talked about your Army career. We talked about your fitness journey. What would you say, like, where you want to be like the next 5-10 years? Like, what are your career goals and aspirations?
Ooh, that's tough. I would like to do another powerlifting meet. I actually kind of fell off it because I had an elbow surgery 2 years ago.
Really?
And they actually took the cartilage out of my elbow and then did a lateral epicondyle release.
Oh.
So they took all the extensors and ligaments that connect my bicep to my forearm, and they cut them all.
Oh.
And then resutured them back together because I have some grinding going on in my elbow. And I've tried to do preps for different meets after that, and my elbow just cannot withstand the amount of beating that I essentially put on it.
Yeah.
So that would be cool to do another meet if I could. But five-year goal, I would say probably be married, start having a family, make captain, go to the 75th Ranger Regiment. These are in no particular order.
Just goals that you
within
have.
5 years. I'm going to do that.
Sometime it'll happen along that path.
Continue to put on some steady weight and just become more athletic because that's just, as you get older, like it's cool to lift super heavy or it's cool to just run, but being athletic and being able to be a hybrid athlete is the name of the game. Yeah. What about you?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. I was going to get asked questions. 5-year goals. Graduate from grad school and become a doctor of occupational therapy. I think I want to do travel occupational therapy. So like first year post grad, like go live in a different city. And I've had this change of heart recently where I was the type of person that always wanted to like live in my hometown for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Like maybe not the actual hometown, but like in the state of Maryland. Like didn't want to go into any other states, anything like that. But I think I've just been thinking recently, like, you know, we're so young, like why not go live in a couple different cities for a while and see what else is out there and explore outside my bubble a little bit.
Turn up.
But I still think I like long term I would want to stay back in Maryland. Don't know which city, but I think for the time being, like being in my 20s for right now, and this is the time that I'm at in my life, that I would be like, okay, I can go do travel therapy and like I don't know, live in Texas or Seattle or like whatever for a little bit.
Okay, it's a little far stretch from Maryland, but okay.
I'm just saying random states, but like there's different travel contracts and they're only 3 months at a time.
Yeah, you make
and you
bank.
can do a lot of money, and especially just coming out post grad and then having a doctorate degree. But yeah, just signing those contracts and going to different places, and I can also extend them once I get there if I really liked it. But I think because I also don't know which population I'm going to work with in occupational therapy yet either, because at first I wanted to do peds, and then I was like, oh, I could do older adults or I could do veterans, and like I'm just all over the place. So I feel like travel therapy will expose me to all those different areas, because you can choose different contracts to be in like acute care or in geriatrics or whatever. So just being able to be exposed to different populations but then also living in a different place at the same time. Is it going to be scary and hard? Probably, because I'm such a homebody and like I love my parents and I don't want to be away from them. But at the same time, I think it'll help me grow as a person and like just a young new grad and just kind of step out of my comfort zone a little bit.
You'll learn a lot too.
Yeah.
Especially going to those different places and being able to pick up how different individuals do things as well. Because I know as a personal trainer, I used to help work in the physical therapy spot that was attached to our gym. And each physical therapist has different ways and different outlooks when it comes to addressing the same issue. So it'll be good for you to be able to travel around and get those different experiences.
Right, pick up little tokens wherever I go and like put them in my pocket.
Tools in a toolbox.
Exactly. But I think fitness-wise, I think, again, just training for, like, longevity of life. Like I said it before, like, I'm more interested in training to help my 70-year-old self be able to move the way I want to move than, like, lifting 500 pounds.
I'll be lucky if I make it to 70.
Yep.
I'm trying to jump out of planes and go to Special Forces. I'll be lucky if I make it to 70.
Oh, man. No.
I'm just playing. I'm going to make it.
You're going to make it. You'll make it to 100.
I'm going to go to 101.
Damn right.
101
Dude,
years old.
My neighbor's grandma is like 104 years old.
What?
Yeah.
Yo, Granny, she's still kicking?
No, not my grandparents. My neighbor's grandparent.
Her.
Yeah.
What's she do all day?
I don't know. She just sits around.
She don't move?
No, I'm just kidding.
Because she's not a hybrid athlete. If she was a hybrid athlete, she'd be out here running.
No, but you think about it, like the people that prioritize fitness in their life, like, especially at our age, are still doing that later in life. Like my Uncle Denny, for example, he's an ex-Marine and he loves working out, but like he still works out to this day. Now he has some like mobility issues, like he probably doesn't stretch as much as he should, but still, like he is in his 70s and like you wouldn't really think that. Like yes, like he just looks his age because of like gray hair, wrinkles, whatever, but he's able to move and like still help around like our house. Like when we do like our Christmas decorations, like he's helping put up the lights and everything like that. And he can still get around, and he looks great for his age too, because he prioritizes his health and fitness. So I think, again, just as a goal for the future for myself, just to keep showing up and like working out and doing a little bit of something every day. Doesn't always have to be 110%. Like taking a walk, like doing some cardio, like lifting weights, just putting your body under like that tension and like the time for you to build up your muscles and like increase your mobility and stuff like that, so when we get to our old age, like we can still move the way we want to move. Okay, well, those were my goals, I guess. Like I don't really think I have anything else. I mean, I guess also in 5 years, like maybe have a boyfriend, maybe have someone that I see to marry one day and have kids with. Now
it's a good goal.
It's a good goal to have, but like I think about 5 years. How old will I be in 5 years? 26.
Oh my god. 26. Are you?
No, 27. I'm 22. Yeah, I'd be 26, right? No, 27.
Maybe 27.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna be 23 in like a month.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. No, yeah. So what? 27, 28. So yeah, I would maybe want to be married at that point, and then I don't think I want to have kids until like I'm in my mid 30s.
Yeah.
Like when I'm with my husband, future husband, whatever, I want to be like married for a couple years and like just be us before having kids. Because like I think about my parents. My mom didn't have me until she was almost 37, 38. So my parents just waited to have kids like a lot later. So now my parents are older now, but I don't know. I just like, who knows? Things can change. Life happens.
Life's crazy.
Life is crazy. Life is crazy. So it's funny. Just listen, I say that all the time. And I have she has a picture over there of us, and in the center it says "Life is so crazy."
Yeah, I don't even know how old my mom is.
You don't know how old your mom is?
Nope. I just tell her happy 35th birthday every year. Makes her feel young.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
You can never be wrong if you guess young.
That's true.
But
and they
every
love
year,
to hear it.
every year I'm like, happy 35th birthday, Mom.
I bet she loves that.
She loves it. I don't know her birthday. I don't even know how old she is, to be honest with you.
That's crazy. Well, my parents are in their 60s.
I feel terrible for not knowing, but
I feel like some people don't know, and not to be sexist, but I feel like a lot of guys don't know when their parents'
like
birthdays
there's
are.
a lot of like dates in my head that I have to remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of stuff. So I don't know any of my siblings' birthdays.
What?
Yeah.
You're lying.
I just like wait until my mom texts me. She's like, "Did you wish so and so happy birthday?" I'm like, "Oh yeah." Text it up real quick.
Wait, how many siblings do you have?
So I have an older sister, a younger sister, and a younger brother.
So there's 4 of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it actually goes girl, boy, girl, boy.
Oh my gosh, that's so perfect. I love that. Well, it's just me and my sister. I'm the oldest, so.
When's her birthday?
May 17th.
It's coming up.
Yeah, she's gonna be 21.
21, turn up.
Turn up.
You guys gonna go out for her birthday?
We're going to Vegas.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's gonna be lit. So.
Bet on red. Put it on red.
Always bet on red. All right. So to wrap things up, do you have any like career advice for people who may be listening that want to be in your shoes or that maybe have similar interests or aspirations to be there in the Army or going along on a fitness path? Like what would you say to them?
I would say, like we said earlier, invest in yourself because it does pay off. Don't be afraid to take leaps and jumps because scared money don't make money, and that also goes for gambling. Yep. But really also try to, if you're going to look up to anyone, look up to your future self because every day that you try to chase them, they're also getting one day ahead of you.
Yep.
So chase someone who you're never going to reach because they're going to be always ahead of you, but you're also going to achieve way more than you thought you could in the past.
Yeah.
And just keep living. Don't take everything so seriously.
Yeah. Life should not be serious. Life's
too
short to be serious.
It's a good life.
Yeah.
Live it. You only have one of them. Unless you're a cat. Then you have 9.
Amen to that. All right. Well, on that note, thanks for coming on the pod.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. It was a nice chat. I feel like we talked about a lot. So, yeah, that's all we got for you guys today. We hope you enjoyed the podcast episode. Stay tuned for next week's episode, and we'll see you later, friends. Bye.
Brooks Brews.